This week is Parshas Vaytzie. In Vaytzie, the Torah says that Yaakov went to Churan to find the shidduch, and when he got to Churan, he saw Ruchel. His Vayishag Yaakov Ruchel. Yaakov kissed Ruchel. Vayisu askyekusiel v'yayif. He picked up his voice and he cried. Now, why did he cry? So Rashi says two pshutim, two definitions. One, because he saw he's not going to be buried in the same place as Ruchel. And second pshat is because he came empty-handed and he didn't have what to give to Ruchel. And why was he empty-handed? Because Eliphaz, the son of Esav, took away everything from him on the way going to Churan. And the nature of a man is to give for a woman, and Yaakov didn't have what to give him, so it bothered him, that's why he cried. So I thought to myself, according to this pshat, that Yaakov cried because he didn't have what to give to Ruchel. What the Torah comes to teach us here is emunah. That what? If a shidduch is bashet, it will happen. If a shidduch is meant to be, it will happen, even if it makes no sense. Because Yaakov could have been hesitant from going. Could have resisted. Why should I go if I have nothing? After Eliphaz took away everything from him, Yaakov could have thought to himself, how would I look when I get to Luvan? Luvan will look at me. You have nothing? Your grandfather is rich, your father is rich, and how Luvan knows that his grandfather and his father is rich? Because when Eliezer came to take Rivka, he brought a lot of jewelry with him and a lot of camels. That means Avram was very rich, and Yitzchak followed the business, and he was also very successful. So if the grandfather is rich and the father is rich, the son should also be rich. How can you be empty-handed? So Yaakov could have thought to himself, how am I going to look? I look like a joke. And Reuven is not going to let me marry his daughter. And Yaakov still went. And he ended up marrying Rachel. Why? Because if a shidduch is bashet, as long as you do your shtadlus, it will happen. Even if it makes no sense. It's not only that. If you look before that, in the Torah, when Yaakov had a dream, so after the dream it says, Vayisu Yaakov Raglav. Usually, when you say Vayisu, he picked up, you say Vayisu Ainov, he picked up his eyes. It's a very weird expression, say Vayisu Raglav, he picked up his feet. It sounds like Yaakov was hopping. What does that mean? He picked up his feet. It says, V'tzadik be'amenusa yichya. A tzaddik lives with a minah. A tzaddik lives with faith. Faith gives a tzaddik life. So Yaakov was a tzaddik and he lived with a minah. And if Hashem told him to go, he was so happy to do what Hashem told him, even though it didn't make any sense. So Vayisu Yaakov Raglov, it's like the earth pushed him. He went by himself. He didn't even feel. It wasn't a struggle for him. It wasn't difficult for him to go. Because he believed. And it happened. The shidduch happened. So what can we learn from this? That if a shidduch is bashet, if a shidduch is meant to be, it will happen. Today we live in a time where it's very difficult to believe. Rav Nachman of Breslov used to say that it will come a day that will be more difficult to have a minah pshita, simple faith in Hashem. It will be more difficult than to climb on a straight wall. But you should know that I said it's going to happen. Today we live in such a time. People think a shidduch is up to a person. If you have a boy, he's well educated, whether a yeshivish boy that sits and learns, or a boy goes to college, whichever way it should be. If he's well educated, he'll find easy shidduch. If the father has a lot of money, that guy will find a good shidduch, easy shidduch. If the bucher has a lot of yichus, he has a big yichus, he comes from a nice family, Rebbeisha family, or any other big tzaddik's family, then we'll find easier shidduch. But then if a bucher doesn't have yichus, doesn't have money, and he's not this big educated boy, he will struggle. But the fact is, that's not the case. If you open your eyes and you look, you will see there are a lot of bucherim who are not so successful, meaning they're not this brightest bucherim, their parents don't have a lot of money, they don't have yichus, and yet they found the shidduch very young and very easy. And then you have bucherim who are a big learning boy, well educated, their parents have a lot of money, and they have yichus, and they're struggling. Every shidduch is falling through. They're getting older and older, sadly. Because if a shidduch is bashert, it will happen. If it's meant to be, it will happen, as long you do your shtadlus, you do your thing. A person can push over the shidduch. If they push it away for no reason, then yes, they pushed it away. But as long a person does their shtadlus, it will happen, even though it makes no sense. And this is what the Torah comes to teach us here. That all you have to do is your shtadlus and rely on Hashem, and the shidduch will happen, even if it makes no sense. And there's another point we can learn from the Parsha, that a lot of people think that marrying somebody with money, that will ensure them success for the rest of their lives. And over here you see that Yaakov came empty-handed, and then he became very rich on his own. What does that show you? That you can marry a regular person. If it's meant for you to be rich, then the boy will become rich. As long as he's a person that goes out and work, he will become rich. Because if it's meant for you to be married to a rich person, to a rich guy, you will become rich. And this is exactly what the Torah comes to teach us there. They don't think that you have to marry money, and don't think you have to have big yichus, or you have to be some superhero. No, go out, do your shtadlus, and whatever Hashem wants to happen will happen, as long as you do your shtadlus. Hope you all understand. Have a wonderful day.